Men's semifinal number 2 underway. And the nerves are shown immediately as he dumps that serve in the net. Once teammates, now opponents.
(4-2) Yamazato up against former teammate Jose Barbosa.
And Yamazato, for a smaller player, possesses a lot of power, and that happens to do because he uses his legs very well and generates a lot of racket head speed. I don't think that the camera can do him any justice at just how fast he accelerates through that ball. And Barbosa is very pumped up during this men's number 2 semifinal. He's reeled off 3 or 4 straight points. And is it possible that Yamazato is just feeling him out in this opening game? The second men's semifinal is best of 7, so maybe he feels like he has a little time. And game 1 quickly to Barbosa. And with us here in the booth, we have NCTTA, longtime volunteer, staff member, board member, supporter of college table tennis, and coach and manager of Virginia Tech. He's going to be translating the Portuguese for us during these coaches' timeouts. And Barbosa takes a very quick lead here, 1-love.
Spectators not remembering that you have to have your flash off while matches are going on. One, two. All right, I just want to say a special hello to Brendan Meyer of Hillsboro, Illinois. My nephew, he's watching the broadcast. Not a big table tennis fan himself, but he loves watching sports and has loved to see live sports wherever they are. So right now we are watching Jose Barbosa of Texas Wesleyan University. He is of Brazilian descent. He's Brazilian, and he is taking on Fernando Yamazato, who is a Brazilian as well. And
just joining us, Sita Wong, a fellow table tennis mate out of the Tampa Bay area. Thanks for watching, Sita. Hope you're enjoying this men's semifinal number 2.
Barbosa is excited, so excited, didn't know where the ball was. A little bit of information about Barbosa, 21-year-old, 6 feet 1 inches, business major out of Sao Paulo, Brazil. As for Yamazato, Yamazato is from Correia de Lomos in Brazil. To be honest, I'm not really sure where Correia de Lomos is in regards to Sao Paulo, but our translator, Samant, should be able to inform us a little bit about Brazil and playing culture and a little more during the next intermission. 6-all. Sita Wong made a very good comment, says that Barbosa's serve is going long below the table, before the toss, and the umpires are not catching it. We'll keep an eye on that, Wanda. Sita Wong, I'm sorry, not Wanda. It's hard to look on the Twitter and look on the Facebook, and they match, and Barbosa kicks the ball into the corner. Very surprised Larry Kessler did not call a yellow card on that for gamesmanship. That's a big no-no. (10-6) Yamazato. Yamazato in control. 4 game points for Lindenwood.
Yamazato bounces back pretty fast. He takes game number 2, 11-7. We're sure to have a wonderful semifinal number 2 here. Both players have kind of found their rhythm. Looks like they felt each other out enough as we go to the coach's corner.
No, we're doing Texas Wesleyan now in the next game. Good advice from Keith. Keith, you can get worked up, but don't get too worked up because Yamazato may be choking. He said, don't choke more than your opponent. It's more important to win points on the match than see who can talk the loudest. He also said to spin the ball, hit it to his backhand about 3 times, and then hit it to the forehand. So that they have a strategy in place that they're trying to implement, and we'll see if that's successful in the second game. Joe?
Yeah, it was great advice from longtime coach Keith Evans at Texas Wesleyan. He's been involved in the game for so many years. His advice is just so invaluable. There's not a price tag you could put on that kind of experience.
Keith Evans has been a coach at Texas Wesleyan University since 2005. And on top of that, he is a former Olympian for Jamaica. He played in the 1996 Olympic Games. Well, Joe, I think the pictures speak for themselves there. Heavy, heavy spin. Yamazato does a good job of spinning that ball and hitting it hard to that corner.
And Barbosa shows that he has some heavy soft top spin as well.
Three. Yamazato on serve. Lindenwood contingent sitting together. Texas Wesleyan contingent sitting together as well. Supporting their players, supporting their teammates. 3-6 serving for Barbosa. Like we said prior, those who are just recently joining us, Jose Barbosa and Fernando Yamazato were teammates at Lindenwood before.
That ball had such a small margin for error. It's amazing he was able to get it up over the net with speed and spin. And that reels off back-to-back forehand attacks for Fernando Yamazato as he goes up 8-4 in game 3.
Yamazato is 5'8" compared to the Barbosa at 6'1", so you'd naturally think the taller would generate more power, but it doesn't seem to be the case.
Quick open court flip kill there by Barbosa. I think someone's stacking the stack sheets there when it comes to reporting players' heights. The jury is definitely out on that 5'8" ruling.
You think he's shorter or taller?
Well, I'm going to leave that up to the people at home to decide.
(9-5). Heavy loop down the line. Barbosa unable to handle it. 5 game points for Yamazato. Little inside out hit by Barbosa makes it 6-10. We're tied 1-1 here. Another flip kill by Barbosa. He's really utilizing that shot, isn't he, Joe?
He's confident with it. He has good reach, and he has, you know, fast enough hands that it's not a difficult shot for him.
Net called by Larry Kessler, an international umpire from the state of Oklahoma. 11-7 goes to Yamazato.
Basically, she's saying that he needs to continue attacking because the opponent is completely lost right now when he attacks. So he needs to take the initiative on it. And he needs to keep playing strong base. Take the initiative. That's the coach's advice this time.
Basically, the momentum is on your side. Keep it there. Try not to get passive because we know at any time Barbosa can get hot and get on the explosive end of things. But right now, Fernando Yamazato leads 2-1 in this men's second semifinal. Thank you for Simon Tiotia coming in the booth and helping us with Portuguese. Hope you people out there in Brazil appreciate that.
I think that was the point of the tournament so far. Barbosa went so back behind the barrier, we almost lost him on camera.
And it's funny, Mike, because everyone here at this arena, those are the points they want to see. Everyone watching at home, those are the points that they want to see.
And when, you know, and just like when I meet table tennis people, Joe, when they say, oh, are you one of those guys that stands 10 feet behind the table? Yeah.
Oh, it's fun. It's definitely, as they say, the sexy part of the sport.
Didn't look like Barbosa was in place well enough to be able to block that shot back. So now it's 3-2, Yamazato on serve.
You know, being off the table, they're fun points, but it doesn't always equal in victory.
It just shows you how good of players we have playing right now. The shot by Barbosa, low backhand. He was able to hit it with so much power, even though he was almost hit his racket on his foot. Barbosa looking back at Keith Evans, his coach. He's got to be tired. This is his 5th match of the day. And that was a body shot. Great shot by Barbosa going down the line. Yamazato out of position, hit him right in the chest, and now we are at 4-6. Barbosa on serve.
Amazing point. Now that, Mike Meyer, was the point of the match.
If you guys can't see me right now, I'm standing and applauding. Okay, that point now replaces the shot of the day.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, check mark. Okay, guys in the production booth, make sure we're marking that down. 7-4-2-1, highlight of the day. Do we have a radar gun? I'm curious how hard that ball was hit.
I think we need to get some of these points on YouTube.
Joe, I just got my first smartphone a couple months ago. Is there an app for that?
Radar?
Yeah.
Well, there's an app for almost everything.
We'll see if we can look that up. If you want to find a radar app, let us know. At 6-7, Barbosa coming back. Trying to tie this up at 2-all to play his former teammate Venkat Ramet.
And do you think, Mike, that Fernando is still listening to the advice that he got from his coach during the game break?
You know, it
was basically to stay aggressive, keep the ball to the Barbosa backhand.
Yeah. Coach Keith Evans was telling Barbosa to hit about 2 or 3 to his backhand and then power it to his forehand. We haven't gotten any feedback on the Facebook feed recently, so if you're watching this match, let us know. We want to know who's watching, where you're watching, how many people are with you, and I want to thank you for joining us here at the 2012 College Table Tennis National Championships. Barbosa, I think he was just using that push, that forehand flip kill a little bit too much. I think that Yamazato recognized that Barbosa had been using that shot, was ready, prepared, smacked it back, and now we are tied at 9-all. Barbosa can't believe he missed that one. Looks at Coach Evans.
Possibly with some nerve setting here at 9-all in the 4th game.
2,500 players, they have nerves too. They're not robots, for sure. Good serve by Barbosa. He had been saving that one to tie it up at 10. Game point for Yamazato. If Yamazato can win this point, he will go up 3-1. And Barbosa will have a tough time getting back. And that shot goes long. So Yamazato takes game number 4, 12-10, and takes a commanding 3-1 lead. Let's talk a little bit about the path that Jose Barbosa took to get here. He had a bye as the number 4 seed and played David Cabrera, another former teammate of his, at Lindenwood. Cabrera, the number 30 seed. Barbosa was able to get past him. After that, Barbosa had a match against Walter Alomar of Puerto Rico. Joe, that was a fun match to watch. It was 3-0, but because of Walter Alomar's pips, it made it interesting.
Walter Alomar surely had a great run this weekend here at his last final collegiate table tennis championships. He talked about being a little bit disappointed he didn't have coaches and teammates here, but he gave it his all, and Jose Barbosa proved to be just too much for him and proved as to why he's in this second men's semifinal with a chance to play for a national championship.
Barbosa then defeated Trong Tu of San Jose State to get to this point. As for Yamazato, Yamazato had to knock off Jurika Bulvic of Brown, Jurchao Shea, Mississippi College, as well as Jetty Bai of Texas Wesleyan. (1-0) now for Barbosa. Igor Jin Kazuda chiming in on this Facebook feed. Says that Fernando just needs to keep attacking the way he is. Barbosa has no idea what to do when Fernando attacks. Go Fernando. Well, we'll see about that, Igor. See what happens. Heavy topspin serve by Barbosa. Don't see that too often, but you gotta mix it up a little bit. Throw in some heavy topspin. Players going for the towel. Every 6 points, they have the chance to do that and have a mini timeout during their match. Let called. Barbosa has been very confident with that backhand, but couldn't connect on that one. Barbosa coming back, 6-2. Could he win this game 6? Big heavy smash from Yamazato down the line. Again, Yamazato is a student athlete. This is the College Table Tennis Championships. He's a communication major at Lindenwood University. Joe, let's talk a little bit about college table tennis and scholarship after we have this timeout. We're going to bring in Simont for our translator.
Basically, she suggested that she send him more wide to the forehand, get him more off the table and more wide.
So basically there in that timeout, the advice that Corinne Fukushima gave Fernando was to try to push him a little bit more wide, get him outside of the court, and then go back to the open court. It sounds very simple, but such a difficult play to execute when you're playing against people that are very quick.
Big point for Yamazato, trying to secure this match, move on to the final against his teammate Venkat Ramesh. Net ball goes to Yamazato, so 9-7. Barbosa on serve has 2 chances to close out this game and tied up at 3-2. Fernando just missed it completely. He's angry. And I don't speak Portuguese, but I know that wasn't appropriate. What he just said was appropriate. Hits into the net. Oh, and he is angry. Hits the ball, throws the ball into the net. And we are now at 3-2. Simont, our translator, is back.
So basically, she suggested that you need to take the first attack, but it doesn't have to be a higher, with a high arc. It needs to be a lower arc. It doesn't have to be a very strong itself, not necessarily a flip kill type attack, but more like a slow drive.
A slower drive.
Yeah.
And do you think once you get inside that match, Sima, trying to execute that many different particulars of a stroke, does it become a bit of a challenge when you're this stage of the game?
It does. It might work in the first few points of the game, but then eventually becomes more automatic itself. So it's a good suggestion, but how to execute it, especially in the match, it's a little bit harder.
Another power stroke from Barbosa. This kid hits the ball so hard. Now 1-all. Ken Potts, assistant umpire here on duty. Shot went a little bit long from Barbosa, so Fernando's up 2-1. I think Fernando was still frustrated from the last game. Taking it out on the ball. Tatiana Barbosa, welcome to the broadcast. Tatiana is the sister of Jose. She is watching us live, so congratulations to you for your brother making it this far.
An amazing point there from these players, going from offense to defense. Jose Barbosa wrong footing Fernando Yamazato there, going back down the line to the backhand side. Smart play, didn't try to overpower him.
And that's what happens when you get so far behind the table. There's a fine balance between power and just making sure you get it on the table to even have a next shot. Jose's forehand has been killer, and Igor Kozuda chimes in and says he should try to stay away from his forehand. And that's exactly why.
Backhand. Stay away from the backhand.
Igor, it's hard to stay away from anything. I mean, Barbosa is such an explosive player, he'll be able to smash it on both sides.
And that's exactly what Yamazato's coach in the corner was talking about. Being able to get aggressive, open up the topspin ball early, but not trying to overpower him.
Six-five. Lindenwood bench, all very quiet. Texas Wesleyan bench as well, very nervous. You can see Jetty Bai up in the stands with both of his hands on his face, very concerned about the outcome of this match for his teammate, Jose Barbosa. Six all. Yamazato on serve.
And we just got a quick FYI from Andre Ergoyan, who says that these two players back home in Brazil have been playing for the same club team. That's an interesting fact. They played for the same club team. They also were teammates at Lindenwood at one point, and now they're opponents here in the university system in the States.
Well, and also another place that they were teammates, when we interviewed Fernando after the quarterfinal match, he said that he and Jose were traveling together with the Brazilian national team, so they've had several times to play each other. Big smash by Barbosa, 9-7. It's going to be, I'm sorry, 8-7. I don't know how Fernando got that shot back, but it didn't really matter because Barbosa smacked it down the line. Yamazato, Joe, has to be one of the quickest players in this tournament.
There's no doubt about it. Between he and Yahao Zhang, they're fast.
Looks like Barbosa was a little bit off balance right there and took a step back and the ball went long. So 10-8. Barbosa's on serve. He's going to have 2 chances to win this decisive game number 6.
So now that we've found out that they've trained together, they've played a lot together for years, how often do you think they've actually gone to 7?
Good question. Yamazato doesn't want to find out. He wants to finish this right now. So 10-9, 1 more game point for Barbosa. Oh, and Fernando Yamazato hits the ball in the net and then throws the ball in the net. Again, Joe, I am surprised. Neither umpire is calling a yellow card in that situation.
It's just like basketball in the NBA. They're basically saying, let the guys play.
Okay, let's listen to the action with Keith and Barbosa. All right, I can translate a little bit for the Jamaican English. Keith Evans is giving to Jose Barbosa. Keith told Barbosa to move the ball around, be placing the ball as best he can, and not to get distracted. He says, focus, focus, focus. And that's what Barbosa needs to do to try to finish out this match and move on to the final. Game 7, here we go. Yamazato gets off to a quick start, Joe.
This semifinal number 2 has every dynamic and element that you would want in an actual final collegiate match.
Yamazato may have been distracted by that cell phone ringer. He's looking into the crowd a little bit, wondering where that came from. Counter smash by Yamazato to make it a 2-1 lead. And like you said, Joe, this could be the final. at any college nationals. I mean, if you look at the ratings, Yamazato ranked second, Barbosa ranked fourth. I mean, they're only a handful of points away from playing against each other in the finals. Yamazato, textbook example of solid blocking, but Barbosa able to continue on the offensive. And the ball goes in the crowd, and no one can catch it.
Big on-the-table counter loop there from Yamazato. He's just so fast. He's up on the table, but he was able to come over that ball fast enough with the racket head closed to catch Barbosa off guard. He takes his 4-2 lead in Game 7. Very decisive situation here for them, playing for a final position in the championship match.
And Joe, I don't know which is better, Yamazato's speed or his ability to control the ball and do what he wants with it. You'll notice Barbosa is mixing up the speed, he's mixing up the spin, he's having the ability to get back anything.
And Mike, that's a great question. I definitely think Yamazato relies a lot on his speed to keep it in a lot of these matches. If it were not for his speed and footwork, he'd have no chance to stay in these points.
Yamazato continuing to keep a level head as the players change sides at 5-4. Usually this is the time to take a timeout, isn't it, Joe?
Maybe the coaches just don't feel like there's a much amount of a timeout needed. It's still fairly tight. Neither player has shown nerves. They're both executing what they need to. It's just a matter of who's going to finish the points.
Barbosa angry at himself, looking up to the sky, wondering, why did I do that?
Now, to your point, Mike, if Yamazato reels off another point or two, surely a timeout will be coming.
And Texas Wesleyan, as you can see on the scoreboard, they have already used their timeout. So Yamazato's only going to use this unless it's completely necessary. 6-5. Using everything he's got, using his legs, using his shoulders, flicking that entire body over to win that point. 7-5, 4 points away from meeting his teammate Venkat Ramesh in the final. An all Lindenwood final. We couldn't imagine that a couple years ago.
You're absolutely right, Mike. Potential all Lindenwood final. It would completely go against some of the odds that we've seen over the years, and it has nothing to do with the lack of strength of Texas Wesleyan. It has everything to do with the depth of the Lindenwood team growing, the depth of college table tennis players getting better.
I mean, 2005, perfect example. 7 out of the 8 quarterfinalists in men's singles from Texas Wesleyan. 7 out of 8. Now we have 1 in the semifinals. Larry Kessler tells Barbosa, don't spit on the floor. 8-7. Barbosa's got to find a way to get some traction. He should have some water. Oh, and there's a timeout that's called by Yamazato.
It was more of a water break. He just needed to catch his breath, so he just asked for some water.
Water break, obviously, it means that they're expending a lot of energy. It is 8-7 in the decisive game 7. It could go any point here. These guys have been playing so amazing right now. You just got to think that Yamazato wants to catch his breath, and hopefully he's able to pick up where he left off in this last game, and maybe listen to some of the advice from previous games.
You see Barbosa just breathe a sigh of relief. The shot from Yamazato, about 15 off the table, spun high in the air, almost hit the table, but did not connect. 8-9, Barbosa on serve. Counter smash meets counter smash. Yamazato in control, 2 match points.
And it looks like the timeout proved to help Yamazato an awful lot. Still taking his time, going to the towel.
Again, using that towel break, that is a mental rest that they can use, using it to their advantage. 10-8, 2 match points for Yamazato.
There it is, folks. Barbosa takes a backhand long, and Fernando Yamazato has punched his ticket into the men's final. Everyone give Jose Barbosa a round of applause for a wonderful run at this championship. You couldn't have asked for anything more. A great competitor, great fighter. But it's Fernando Yamazato who will be going up against his teammate, Venkat Ramesh, in the 2012 Men's Collegiate National Table Tennis Championships.